The courtroom falls silent as Mr. Jenkins shuffles in, his cane tapping against the floor with each careful step. The air is thick with anticipation. This case, a mere traffic violation, seems unimportant. Yet there's an unspoken weight. Judge Caprio glances at the frail man, then looks at the paperwork in front of him. "Mr. Jenkins," Caprio says, his voice firm yet tinged with curiosity. "You're here for running a red light." Jenkins looks up, his face etched with age but his eyes clear. "Yes, Your Honor," he says, his voice steady. "I did. I'm afraid I didn't see it." "Explain to me why," Caprio presses, scanning the elderly man's face. Jenkins exhales slowly, glancing down at his hands. "It wasn't just the light, Your Honor. I was distracted, lost in thought. I've been through a lot. My wife passed last year and I—" Caprio's gaze sharpens. "You've had a rough year," he interrupts, "but that's not an excuse." Jenkins' eyes flicker with something like regret, but he doesn't flinch. "I know. I'm not asking for one. I just wanted you to understand." The room holds its breath. Something's off. This case is more than it seems. Caprio leans forward, his mind already racing, unsure if the elderly man's honest admission is enough to sway the course of justice. But what happened next shocked everyone in the courtroom. Caprio listens intently as Jenkins continues, his voice slow but unwavering. "After my wife passed, it's been hard. I've been living alone. Bills piling up, the house growing quieter. That day I couldn't focus on anything." Caprio's eyes narrow as he studies the old man. "And the traffic light? Was that the only thing you missed?" Jenkins shifts in his seat, a faint tremor in his hands. "There's more, Your Honor. My vision's not what it used to be and, well, I've been using the car to get by. My license expired 6 months ago. I haven't had the money to renew it." The room is silent. The prosecutor standing nearby raises an eyebrow. "You mean to tell us you've been driving without a valid license?" Jenkins nods, his face flushing with embarrassment. "Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't think anyone would notice." Caprio's gaze hardens as he looks at the prosecutor. "Is that a charge we're pursuing today?" The prosecutor hesitates. "It's part of the violation, Your Honor." Jenkins stares straight ahead, clearly ashamed, but resolute. "I've been trying to keep everything together, but it's slipping." Caprio doesn't respond immediately. His mind is at war. This isn't just a case of breaking the law. It's a story of desperation, loneliness, and perhaps a man who's lost more than just his license. But what happened next shocked everyone in the courtroom. Caprio sits back in his chair, the weight of the case pressing on his shoulders. The room is still, the silence palpable. Jenkins' life, his struggles, lay bare before him, and Caprio can't help but wonder, where does justice end and compassion begin? He glances down at the papers in front of him, the words on the page almost blurring as he loses himself in thought. His mind races. A man who's lost his wife, his livelihood, and his dignity. Does the law allow for any room for mercy? Or is it black and white, like the red light Jenkins ran through? Jenkins sits motionless, still and quiet, as though awaiting the inevitable. His honesty isn't enough to change the law, but it's enough to make Caprio question if the law, in this case, is enough to protect a man like him. Caprio's inner turmoil is evident to the courtroom. He slowly exhales, his fingers tapping the desk. Finally, he looks up at Jenkins. "Mr. Jenkins," Caprio says, his voice low, "I need a moment to think." Jenkins nods, understanding. But the weight of the room is suffocating, and Caprio's conflict is unmistakable. What's the right decision here? And what will it cost him? But what happened next shocked everyone in the courtroom. The silence in the room is thick as Caprio returns to the bench. He looks at Jenkins, the old man who has been nothing but honest, yet undeniably guilty. The prosecutor stands by, eager for a ruling. Caprio clears his throat. "Mr. Jenkins, your story is one of struggle, but the law's clear." Caprio pauses, allowing the words to settle. Jenkins stiffens. "However," Caprio continues, "I'm not going to sentence you the way I would anyone else." A collective gasp ripples through the room. The prosecutor opens his mouth to speak, but Caprio silences him with a single gesture. You've lost enough, Mr. Jenkins, and I'm not going to add to your burden. Caprio's voice is firm but kind. You will pay a fine, but I'm going to waive the license violation, and I'll personally help you get your license renewed. Jenkins blinks, his jaw dropping. You're not going to punish me? Caprio shakes his head. The punishment would be cruel. You've already suffered enough. The courtroom is stunned, and even the prosecutor is caught off guard. A murmur runs through the gallery. But what happened next shocked everyone in the courtroom. The courtroom hums with disbelief as Caprio's ruling settles over everyone like a blanket. Jenkins, for the first time in months, breathes deeply, his shoulders sagging with relief. Thank you. Thank you so much, Your Honor. His voice cracks, emotion overtaking him. Caprio nods. Just make sure to take care of yourself, Mr. Jenkins. You've earned it. The room, still in stunned silence, begins to stir as the weight of the judge's decision sinks in. The prosecutor, flustered, steps forward, but there's nothing more to be said. Jenkins stands, his cane shaking slightly as he moves. The courtroom feels lighter, the tension lifting. It's a moment that transcends the law. It's a moment of human connection. Jenkins pauses at the door, turning back to Caprio. I will, Your Honor. I will. As the case ends, the courtroom is left in quiet reflection. Caprio's decision isn't just a ruling, it's a statement about compassion, about seeing beyond the crime and understanding the person before him. The case ends, but the impact of the verdict lingers in the air.